Hey everyone, it's Dr. Erica Person with Flex Audiology, and today we're going to talk about what you need to know all about the Lenire device for tinnitus. What if treating your tinnitus involved both your ears and your tongue? Sounds strange, right? But the Lenire device is changing how we approach tinnitus treatment. And today I'll walk you through what it is, how it works, and how you might be able to access it. But first, take a second and hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up if you like the content. This really helps grow our channel and gets the information out to people who desperately need information about tinnitus. So let's jump right in. What is the Lenire device? You may have heard of it by now, especially if you have tinnitus and have been seeking and searching online for tinnitus treatment options. It'd be shocking if you hadn't come across it. But Lenire is a bimodal neuromodulation device, and it's designed specifically for people with chronic subjective tinnitus. It uses a unique combination of both sound stimulation via the Bluetooth headphones and a tongue stimulation through a small mouthpiece. This dual approach aims to retrain the brain to reduce how strongly it reacts to the perception of tinnitus. And we have talked about that on multiple videos about the primary goal is really to retrain the brain on how to habituate the tinnitus so that it's not impacting your overall life. So how does that work? It takes advantage of your brain's ability to rewire itself, and that's known as neuroplasticity. And by pairing gentle tongue pulses with a customized sound therapy, the device helps the brain de-emphasize the tinnitus signal over time. The process is pain-free. It kind of feels like little, almost like little bubbles on your tongue, and it's done from home under the guidance of a trained provider. So what does treatment look like? Most patients are using Lenire for about 60 minutes daily, and that's split into two 30-minute sessions. And a typical course of treatment is somewhere between 10 to 12 weeks with regular check-ins for tracking. And 10 to 12 weeks is such a huge improvement over what we've had when we look at classic tinnitus retraining therapy. That can be somewhere between 12 to 18 months is what the data is showing there. So Lenire has really been a breakthrough technology that really shortens that time period. The program is customized to your tinnitus profile, and it might be updated throughout your journey just depending on how things go for you. So what did the legacy clinical trials say? The TINT-A1 and the TINT-A2 studies showed very encouraging results. You can probably search for them online. Over 86% of compliant users saw significant improvement in their tinnitus symptoms. The benefits were long-lasting for most of the patients, even after the therapy stopped, and these results led to the FDA approval. Now, let's talk about the actual device itself. You cannot return it. It is an FDA medical-grade piece of equipment, so once you get it, it is yours. So if you need to go through additional therapy, or let's just say that the therapy continues, because again, the study was really 10 to 12 weeks. And that's when it concluded for the FDA study. So most of these patients, or a lot of these patients, continued on in their therapy, and so can you. So if you continue to get added benefit, that's fantastic. So it's not like it has to be done right at the 12-week mark. Now, in 2023, Lenire received their FDA approval and recognized it as a first-of-its-kind therapy in the U.S. Before that, it had been used over in the European countries. And the company behind Lenire, Neuromod Devices, has been rapidly expanding its network of certified providers nationwide. And so as of current, Lenire is available in I think there's about 90 providers at this point in the commercial space. And I say private sector, commercial space, and they are looking at onboarding new practitioners. That's kind of been put on hold. And they just recently announced, just in the last month or so, that they are now offering Lenire at select VA facilities. So if you are a veteran and this sounds interesting to you, definitely reach out to your local VA and see if they're one of the clinics that have it. And my understanding was that there was about 50 providers there that they onboarded. And this is really important because tinnitus is the #1 disability currently among U.S. veterans. And so if you are a veteran with bothersome tinnitus, make sure to talk to your VA audiologist. If they don't have Lenire, they may have some other tinnitus therapies that you are eligible for. They're a big proponent of the progressive tinnitus management program. And so really, why work with a tinnitus specialist? So Lenire isn't an over-the-counter device. It's got to be prescribed and programmed by a certified provider. The tinnitus specialist will usually meet with you for consultation. They're going to want to take a look at your hearing test results. That allows them to customize your treatment. They program that into the device, and then it allows them to also track your progress. And so make sure you look for a provider who follows best practices and uses objective tracking tools like questionnaires and potentially some biomarker data. Most of the providers that I am aware of that currently provide the Lenire device, they do follow best practices. And so they are looking at the patient as a whole. This is not a Band-Aid that they're throwing on there. So generally speaking, you want to work with somebody that's looking at your tinnitus, doing questionnaires, potentially looking at your sleep, looking at your stress levels, making sure that they're checking in with you. The worst thing that could happen is to have a tinnitus provider where you start this journey with them and then it's radio silence. Like they're not there and support you along the spectrum of this. So make sure you find the right person. So is Lenire right for you? You may be a great fit if you have chronic tinnitus, if you've tried other treatments with limited success, if you're ready to commit to a daily therapy routine. Definitely your best step is just to talk with a qualified tinnitus provider to see if you're a candidate. If you have any questions, definitely drop me a line down below. But Lenire is one of the more promising new treatments for tinnitus that we've seen. Just remember, it is a tool, and the tool is designed to help you habituate that tinnitus and make it not impact your life as greatly as what it may be doing today. And then just make sure that you find someone that specializes in tinnitus and that they've got the education and the background to walk you through that tinnitus journey. Otherwise, you guys have a great day, and please continue to follow me for any additional tinnitus videos that might come out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks. Have a great day.